Adam, as we have referenced, very busy weekend. What's going on?
Jam-packed update here. Let's start with baseball. Diamond Hill's coming off a big series win over Duke. They won 2 out of 3. The clinching game, just a nutso 14-inning, 8-7 Tar Heel win on the Saturday game, which was the third game. Tied for the longest game in Carolina Duke history. Huge performances out of the bullpen from a variety of pitchers, some frequently used, some not. What up, Tom Shimoleski?
Yeah.
Cale Bolton was good in that one. Folger Boaz was good. Cameron Seagraves. Tar Heels got a ton of great performances. Then Carolina, understandably not quite as sharp against Elon in the midweek, but still got the win. Beat them 12-10.
Gavin Gallagher, Tyson Bass, both with big games, right?
Both had 2 homers apiece.
I think they drove in 10 of the 12 runs, those two.
That's all you need. Well, it's not all you need. You would still need one more run because Elon scored 10.
Well, and here's the thing, Adam. Carolina's bullpen in a little bit of flux right now. Matthew Mateus, who's been a stalwart in that pen now for the last 2 years, injured. Don't know how long he will be out, but he's going to be out for a little while. And so he's been, this year, one of the 3 arms that Carolina's used the absolute most out of that pen. And so they're in the market for some guys to come in and give them some good innings. And you mentioned Shimoleski, and he pitched well against Duke and came in and got the final 3 outs in the win against Elon. So, I mean, they're finding some arms, and they're going to need them because they'll need somebody to pick up the slack with Mateus being out.
And the ACC is stacked, and Carolina's got a tough opponent this weekend. They played Wake Forest last night. We don't know the outcome, but you do. Now, this series has moved around. So if you had something else on your calendar, you might need to update it. They played last night. That was game 1. The current plan is no game Friday.
Oh.
Then game 2 of the series on Saturday at 1 o'clock. And then game 3 on Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Oh, I didn't know this, Adam. You're breaking news for me here.
Originally, this was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. Weather's not looking great on Friday. As of right now, it's a Thursday, Saturday, Sunday series, but keep your eye on Diamond Hill's Twitter in case they have to make other changes because this is a big series.
Mm-hmm.
Wake is good. Wake run-ruled FSU at FSU twice last weekend.
So they're hot.
FSU's really good. Wake has got a ton of bats. So this is a big series as Carolina tries to sort of work its way through the middle of the pack in the ACC, which means you're in the top of the national pack. Carolina's 25-8 overall. They're 8-7 in the league. Wake's 9-6 in the league. Carolina's number 16 nationally. So this is a big one.
Is Wake ranked?
No, which some people are mad about because they did just win 2 out of 3 at Florida State, which, as we know firsthand, is tough to do.
Yeah.
But they struggled some earlier in the year, but it kind of feels like they might be pulling it together.
Well, I think that's true for all the other North Carolina ACC teams. State, Duke, and Wake all had a tough start to the year. All seem to be playing better right now. I think Carolina obviously had the incredible start to the season, whatever they won their first, whatever it was, 14, 15, 16 games. Hit a little bit of a speed bump, but still playing well over 500 baseball here in the last couple of weeks and trying to get a little more consistent, but it's going to be hard. Wake, they still play Florida State. They play Clemson, I think, as well.
State.
So, wait, do they play Clemson? Did I make that up?
I think you made that up.
Okay, so I was thinking Florida State.
I think they play at Virginia Tech, which the Hokies are pretty good.
Yep.
So
I was thinking Florida State.
Before they can do any of that, though,
yeah.
What big news coming on Tuesday?
Yeah.
As we told you, we're doing the game against Charlotte for Carolina baseball on Tuesday. It's Bark at the Bosch.
Yeah.
I did not know this. Remington bobblehead night, Jones.
We are 100% getting one of those bobbleheads, and it is going up in Pod World headquarters. Like, that's not even a question.
No.
Even if we weren't doing the game,
right,
we would get one of these bobbleheads and put it in Pod World headquarters.
The fact that we are doing the game
just shuts
Terry
the door.
Terry Joe.
Yeah.
It's Adam and Jones. We need Remington to come see us in the booth before the game starts so we can take an arms cross picture with Remington and his bobblehead. That needs to happen. Terry Joe, please. Can we please see Remington?
like, in all seriousness, Adam, I think Remington bobblehead might have to go on the shelf where it says Pod World headquarters with the hippo and the red panda bowl. I think we move one of the potties. That's how serious this is.
Right.
We move one of the potties and put the Remington bobblehead there. I think that's a slam dunk.
I could imagine that Remington may not want to be in the same room as you because you've been out to get him.
That is not
but
true.
I think
that's not true at all.
We know
that Adam is he's just trying to get me in trouble with that. I simply was asking a couple of very relevant questions about a dog that is probably a little closer to the great field in the sky.
God, why would you even say these things? Remington, come to the booth and see me, and I'll make mean old Jones go stand outside. So we don't have to think about these thoughts.
Until Remington comes in the booth and he only wants to see me. And he's he's going to like growl at you and then come up and let me pet him.
Well, Remington's a friend to everyone, including even umpires who make bad calls. So he's probably going to be polite to you, but in the back of his mind, he's going to be thinking, that's that guy who keeps talking about the great field. I don't even know what that is. I'm just here to deliver some baseballs and some drinks to these umpires. Remington bobblehead.
That's an incredible piece of information. I can't wait until we have next week a Remington bobblehead right there in Pod World headquarters. Can't wait.
Do you think that's why we got asked to do the game?
Probably. It's finally all coming together.
Yeah, we're going to have Remington bobblehead night. Yeah. Who are the only professionals who can handle this on a national scale?
Yep.
Jones and Adam.
Coming to the ESPN app soon.
Yeah. Get ready.
We'll see you then.
Get ready, George Mason game on the 29th.
Yeah.
That is trivia night, Jones. 5-second challenges for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been prepping for that for our whole life.
Yeah. We need a ruling, Jones.
Okay.
Wagon, women's lax.
Oh, boy. Well, they certainly, I think the wagon's being built. That was a heck of a ball game, Adam. BC, I gotta say, I respect BC. They showed me more than I thought they had. They were up like 4 or 5-0. They jumped out to a big lead.
Yep.
Very physical too. I think they were being deliberately physical with the Humphrey sisters.
I would agree.
I think
I would agree with that.
There were a couple shots in there that I thought towed the line of sportsmanship, Adam.
Yep. You know what they can do? Hold that L.
Yeah. The wagon's definitely being built. They're almost there. I don't know. I mean,
what would they have to do to be a wagon?
I think they got to win it, right?
Got to win it.
Yeah.
Okay.
A winning wagon.
But don't have to be undefeated national champions.
No. Although they have a chance to, I think. Like they are very clearly one of, if not the best team in the country, right? I mean, I do think BC is obviously in that discussion as well. It was a 1-goal win for Carolina in what was a back-and-forth game the entire time. Certainly wagon status on high alert right now.
Seems probable these teams are going to play twice more this year.
I would think so.
Once in the ACC tournament, once in the NCAA tournament. Seems unlikely one team's going to win all 3.
Right.
I think you hope to win 2 out of 3.
Unless you're the Tar Heels and you win the first 2, and then you want to win all 3.
Then you're undefeated national champions, absolute stone-cold wagon.
Yeah.
Caroline Godin got the 9th hat trick of her career and had the game winner in that game. For that, she is the co-ACC Offensive Player of the Week. Sophie Student is the co-ACC Defensive Player of the Week. She's part of the Tar Heel defense that helped limit BC's offense, which was the nation's top scoring offense, to their fewest goals all season.
Well, did you watch it?
Oh, yeah.
So do you agree with me that they were being extra physical with the Humphrey sisters?
They were following the Duke basketball game plan of we will foul all the time because they can't call everything.
Yeah.
And I think they thought wrongly that the Humphrey sisters were all finesse and no grit.
Yeah.
And what they would have known if they watched the pod interview was that is not the case.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think both teams probably left that game feeling like they could play a little better next time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Carolina played its A-plus game, most notably falling behind 4-0 very quickly. And I don't think BC feels like it played its A-plus game. So who makes more adjustments before the next meeting? We'll find out, as will a nation of Tar Heels.
Yeah.
Tar Heels then came back and beat ECU on Wednesday. It was not as close, 20-4. Goodien had another hat trick. That'd be her 10th, as did Marissa White. So that makes the Tar Heels 13-0 overall, 7-0 in the league. First number 1 national ranking since week 5 of the 2023 season. Carolina hosts Cal this Sunday, 11 a.m. That's the final regular season home game.
Really?
Yeah.
This happens every spring.
Yep.
Where spring is humming along and I feel like there's a ton of action, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting here on the Olympic Sports Update brought to you by UNC Health, and Adam tells me that all these sports are about to go into their postseason. And it's a stunner to me. There you go.
Doesn't feel like we should be in the winding down part. I've just gotten to where I kind of know the players on some of these teams. Another one that I still feel like is kind of winding up is men's lacrosse.
Yeah.
Tar Heels had the ACC opener this past Saturday, and they whooped up on Virginia 18-9. Tar Heels in this one got a 4-0 lead. 4 goals from Dominic Petramala. Owen Duffy had 3 goals and 2 assists. 9 different Heels scored. The defense held Virginia scoreless for the final 24 minutes and 24 seconds. That's the first win over Virginia and Chapel Hill since 2016.
Wow.
Most goals in an ACC game for Carolina since 2023. The Tar Heel offense is really good.
Adam, is the men's lacrosse better than I thought they were going to be? Like they've had a couple years here where they've been good, but they haven't been like one of the nationally best teams, but they've been a good team. But this year it feels like they've really taken a step forward.
Big game Saturday. Carolina's ranked 4th nationally. Duke's coming to town. The Blue Devils are ranked 10th. That one's Saturday at 4 o'clock on the ACC network. That's a big one as part of this I'm a Tar Heel weekend.
What a Saturday.
If you can get to that one, you could do baseball, lax, and football back to back to back and eat Piedmont pennies along the way. Does life get any better?
What a day.
So, again, 4 o'clock, Chapel Hill Saturday, number 4 Carolina, number 10 Duke. Carolina's 8-2 overall, 1-0 in the league. Women's tennis. It's another ACC Player of the Week. It's Reese Brantmeyer. She helped Carolina go out to California and sweep Stanford. Sweep Stanford. You hear that, Anson Dorrance? Take that, Cardinal. Stanford was number 25 in the country. Tar Heels also beat number 16 Cal. That one was 4-2. Reese ranked number 6 nationally in singles, 18 nationally in doubles. She's won 12 straight singles matches. 7 of those are against ranked opponents, and 4 of those are against opponents ranked in the top 12 nationally.
Man,
she's having a great year.
Retooling the wagon, women's tennis. It's like a wagon. They've had to go to the shop and change some parts, just as you just got to keep up your maintenance on the wagon. It's natural. And they're creeping back to wagon.
Well, the wagon needed some adjustments, and they asked Brian Calvis, they're like, do you want to call AAA? Yeah. He was like, no, I got all the tools right here.
He's like, I'll just do this myself.
Yeah, I carry all the tools with me at all times. All right, wagon's ready to go. I fixed it. Tar Heels are 18-4 overall. They're 9-1 in the conference.
I know we've said this before, but like a rebuilding new roster year for the Heels, right. And they're 18-4, 9-1 in the league, and top 5 or whatever in the nation.
They host Miami Saturday at noon, so there we go. Women's tennis at noon, baseball at 1, men's lax at 4, football at 6:30. Pennies in between. What a day. Will we add more to it? I don't know. Keep listening. And then they host Florida State Sunday at noon. Is Dennis Goss just racking up this weekend?
Yeah, what a day for Dennis.
Like 300 events?
Yeah. If he was a true Tar Heel, he'd get to 300.
Poor Dennis. Back to the kitchen table. The ACC championships begin Wednesday in Cary.
Wow.
The ACC is really good. The Tar Heels are ranked number 6 nationally. There's 3 ACC teams in the top 7. Duke and Virginia are the other 2. So those ACC championships are going to be hot.
And State's good too, right?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. Not in the top 7, but they're like a top 15 team.
Yeah.
Softball. Power of the pod.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We heard from our good friend Kat Rodriguez last week, and then she came through against ECU on Wednesday night. That game was bananas. The Tar Heels were down 4-0 in the 6th, 4-2 in the 7th, and 6-4 in the 8th. They eventually won 7-6 in 9 innings. Good win. over.
Adam was texting me about the softball. He was watching.
Heck yeah, I was.
Giving me updates.
Yeah, I told Kat I was going to watch, and I did it.
Yeah.
That was her NCAA leading 64th RBI that won the game. Carolina's now 30-12 overall. They're 8-7 in the conference. Big weekend series. They host Georgia Tech. Currently scheduled for Friday at 6, Saturday at 2, Sunday at 1. Tech is 9-6 in the league, so it's another chance against a team right there in the middle. The series against Duke didn't go great. This would be a chance to get a win or two and filter your way through those standings.
Yeah. Two of those three games against Duke, and Duke did win all three, unfortunately. Two of those three were very close competitive games. Again, Carolina softball, we talked about this some last year, not to the finish line of where they want to be, but clearly progressing.
Yes. Men's golf.
Yeah. Another wagon from the past.
Is David Ford like in an individual wagon?
I think he's number one collegiate golfer, right?
You think so, Jones? He just won the Augusta Haskins Award Invitational and is ranked number one in the NCAA rankings and the PGA Tour University standings.
Yeah.
In the NCAA rankings, his margin over second place is greater than the margin from second to 23rd.
Holy cow. That is significant.
His margin over second place is greater than the margin from second to 23rd. It's pretty good. His current stroke per round average of 68.59, that would set the UNC single season record.
I bet it would. That's pretty good.
He has won 4 tournaments already this season, which is a Carolina record. And the Tar Heels, as we mentioned, as a team, are really good.
Yeah.
But David Ford's having a great year.
That's individual national champion type of year. I mean, legitimate national champion. And golf, just like with any sport, but golf, I think in particular, anything could happen. But he is placing himself in quite a position to be a favorite to win that individual title.
I'm already kind of tense about that individual NCAA tournament because I remember how stressful it's been watching that, and he's got a legit chance to win. I'm nervous for it already. Yeah. You'll see him again this weekend at the Tar Heel Intercollegiate at UNC Findlay on Saturday and Sunday. I bet that's a good old weekend out there at UNC Findlay. Yeah. You got the Tar Heel Intercollegiate going on. The Masters is on. Some boys just sitting around talking golf.
Yeah. Sounds like your dream, Adam.
It really does. If I had been invited, I'd probably go. Gymnastics wanted to mention that Carolina's eliminated as a team, but Kaya Forbes.
Well, and I will say they performed well. They didn't have a bad meet, but just came up a little behind Alabama and Cal, who at this moment are better than the Tar Heels, but I thought the Tar Heels showed really well.
And Kaya Forbes is going to go as an individual in the vault to the NCAA championships.
Awesome.
It's at Dickies Arena.
Oh, it's like a vacation.
April 17th to 19th. So, Kaya, enjoy that.
Yeah.
We know you will.
Yeah.
There's no finer arena.
Very convenient parking lot.
Yeah. You'll have no problem getting a ride afterwards.
Yes, super nice people who give you rides.
In fact, I think we've got a card from somebody you can give a call to and just do it off the books.
Yeah.
Don't need to Uber. Just pay them right there, and it'll work out fine.
Yes.
She's a really nice lady. And then just men's tennis, tough weekend in California. Lost to Cal, lost to Stanford, but they do host Duke on Sunday at 4. ACCs also begin for men's tennis on Wednesday in Cary. Carolina's 12-9 overall, 6-6 in the league.
Man, huge weekend coming up in Chapel Hill. Hopefully lots of Tar Heel victories.